The Wind Found Her short story by JameliaAlicia. The storm does not chase her. It receives her through a heartbeat of fixed emotions. Elora runs barefoot across a floor that does not belong to any place, only light. The room is endless and white, so white it hums, so white it feels like silence made visible. Thunder folds itself into the ceiling, rain falling as if the sky has learned how to breathe. Her hair, long, dark, alive, cuts through the brightness like ink dropped into milk. It shines not because of light, but because it refuses to disappear. Each strand moves slower than time, each step stretched into something deliberate, something sacred. She wears a white lace dress, thin and trembling, the kind that remembers hands that are no longer there. The fabric clings and releases, as though it too is learning how to let go. Elora does not cry. She dances. Her run becomes a turn. Her turn becomes a sway. Her sway becomes a language the storm understands and delivers through each counted breath. Arms lift, not to shield herself, but to open, to invite the rain to pass through her instead of over her. Heartbreak lives in her chest like a quiet ache, no longer screaming, just echoing. It taught her the weight of stillness, the heaviness of rooms where nothing moved. But this room moves. This room breathes. This room lets her be unfinished. The storm slows for her. Or maybe she slows the storm. In slow motion, she spins. Hair unfurling, dress blooming, black and white colliding until neither feels lonely anymore. The contrast is not violent. It is honest. Darkness does not stain the light. It defines it. Elora runs again, not away, not toward, just through. And somewhere between thunder and lace, between heartbreak and motion, she feels it. Healing is not the absence of pain. It is the moment your body remembers how to move without permission. It is the moment when the body depends on muscle memory as a function to process the emotion of sadness. The storm fades, but she does not stop dancing, because she finally understands she was never breaking. She was becoming a woman of heartbreak. The healing was the sun that came behind the clouds, that served as an elixir of relief. Her bare feet against the concrete ground felt like the hardness of the earth's resistance was a reminder that she is rooted in the ground. When Elora finally stops moving, the silence feels different from before. It no longer presses against her chest or demands an answer. It simply exists, wide and breathable. The white room remains, but it has softened. Its brightness no longer sharp, no longer blinding. It feels like a place that has been waiting for her to arrive properly, an afterlife message. She takes a step forward, then another. For the first time, her feet do not hesitate. Water pools beneath her, a faint mirror forming on the floor. She catches her reflection and almost does not recognize herself. The woman staring back is still marked by heartbreak. There is no erasing that. But her brown eyes are clearer now. They hold movement in them, the kind that comes from choosing to stay present rather than retreat. Elora kneels, pressing her fingers into the thin film of water. The surface ripples outward, quiet circles spreading across the white floor. It reminds her of how pain works, how one moment can travel further than expected, touching places you thought were untouched. But healing moves the same way. She rises again, smoothing her lace dress, feeling its weight against her skin. It is no longer fragile. It is simply worn of its danceness. The room begins to change. At first, it is almost imperceptible, a shadow forming where there was none before. Not darkness, not exactly, but depth. The white walls pull back slightly, revealing faint lines, as though the space is learning how to shape itself. The room is no longer endless, it is becoming a place. Elora exhales. She does not reach for the past. It still exists, but it no longer commands her body. The ache in her chest has loosened into something quieter, something that does not ask to be fixed, only acknowledged as pain of exhaustion. Soon it will all disappear and turn into a relaxed realization that it was the past and a relieved experience of an ancient romance story. A doorway appears ahead of her, outlined gently as if drawn by light itself. It does not demand that she walk through, it waits. Elora approaches slowly. Her hand hovers near the edge of the frame, and she feels it. Warm, solid, real. Whatever waits beyond it is not guaranteed to be easier. Healing never promises ease. It promises movement. She turns once more, glancing back at the room where the storm met her grief. The floor still glistens, the air still carries a trace of rain. This place has done its work. "Thank you," she whispers, not to the room, not to the storm, but to herself. Then Elora steps forward. As she crosses the threshold, color begins to return. Not all at once, not violently, but gently. Soft grays, muted blues, the suggestion of a world continuing, imperfect and alive. Her hair falls naturally against her back, no longer cutting through light, but blending with it. She walks, unhurried now, not because she is healed completely, but because she trusts herself to keep going. And somewhere behind her, the white room closes, not in farewell, but in peace, knowing she will never need to run through it the same way again. Elora carries the storm within her still, but now it moves when she chooses, because the storm became a vessel of terrene feelings. She whispers, "I love you, past lover."